So, Aubrey,
Hello.
you will be very proud of me
Oh,
because
yes.
over the weekend, I
Listen.
um I went to a drag Taylor Swift brunch
Oh my God, that's amazing. Where
Yeah.
was it?
at City Winery.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It was impressive. Count them, four drag queens, all different versions of Taylor. It was an hour and a half of music. I don't know the lyrics to, but everybody else was having a lot of fun. People were dressed as different Taylors. The only one I recognized was the one where she was wearing like a tie-dye t-shirt and like glasses.
Oh, maybe lover, like you need to calm down. I don't know. What would,
I don't know. Maybe
yeah.
I don't know. I'm woefully unprepared for Taylor. But it was fun. It was a lot. Everybody was into it. I gave a lot of ones to the queens, and they really enjoyed it. So
That's amazing.
Did you give
Yeah.
13 ones?
Oh, yeah, 13 ones.
I didn't. I only had 10. Why? Should I have given three more?
That's her lucky number and her birthday. Also,
What?
sisters are huge Taylor fans, so I know. Oh, wait. Sorry, we're having some sound issues here. Hold, please.
Oh, okay.
What I was saying. So Taylor's, I don't know what just happened, but
Got outside and what happened?
oh no, one of the cats escaped. This is the most chaotic opening to to a
Oh no!
cookbook. They're
Which
all in,
cat?
right? Cool. Which cat? Hootie, Maya.
I
Hootie,
was
I
gonna say,
think.
we just saw a Dorito, so I don't think it's him.
Yeah. She often is right by the door, but she's never made a move. But yes, Taylor's lucky number is 13. When you go to a concert, you like paint a 13 on your hand. That's the
That sounds like a
sign.
cult to me.
It's a cult, but like a
It is
fun
a
one.
cult.
It's like a fun,
And
cool cult.
That's
Very,
what they all say.
very easy listening cult.
Sure. The music's better than most cults, I will say.
Very plaid, very chill. Very
Um, and one of the queens, the host, made up the lyrics to "Look What You Made Me Do." Look what you made me do. It was about how she eats cheese, but it doesn't work well for her. So it was like, I think I have to poop. I think I have, and it was a whole song about her eating cheese and not making
no
it to the
notes.
bathroom in time. It was great.
Oh my God.
relatable.
Yeah,
Swifties were
no
into it.
notes,
Super
really.
relatable. Yeah, super
That's
relatable.
amazing. I think I saw that advertised. I wish I would have known you were going. I would have.
It was a last minute thing. We on Thanksgiving, my brother and sister-in-law and their neighbors were like, "Oh, we're going to this thing. You guys should go." And we're like, "Okay, great." And like
That's
literally bought the
awesome.
tickets at that second. So it was 2 days later that we went. So,
Nice,
but it was
nice.
great.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Sean, have you seen any shows of late? Have you seen any I haven't seen any drag shows of late. I miss them. What was my last? I went to a Harry Potter themed one once.
That
That
sounds
was
fun.
really fun. Yeah, it was very fun.
I don't think
I
I've ever
went with
been to
my,
one. I mean, they
no?
look very fun.
Yeah, we gotta
We don't
go.
have any in Bucks County.
Yeah, that's not super shocking.
Drag center of the world, Bucks County, Pennsylvania.
You heard
I
it here
heard that.
first.
You were here first.
Breaking news on the Cookbook Obscura podcast.
They have a drag brunch at the Panera in the shopping center.
In Feasterville,
Feasterville, the epicenter
the
of
epicenter of drag brunches and Paneras.
LGBTQ plus rights.
That's
Uh,
what all the good
speaking
words say.
speaking of LGBTQ plus, our guest today, not a drag queen, I don't think, but he's patiently waiting in the wings. Um, oh, let me introduce him for realsies because I have his bio up and running. Another big get for the holidays, folks. Just so you know, we're batting 1,000 on this show. He's a theater artist, an improviser, podcast host. He has a couple podcasts. One of them I was on the Talkin 2024 podcast, which we're going to get into. Also, Dying Message, the detective anime mystery podcast. I was also on. It was a lot of fun. And now he is on our show. Please give a warm internet welcome to Noah Levine. Noah,
Oh, Noah, thank you.
Hi.
It's Levine,
Thanks for
isn't it?
having me. Yeah, it is.
It is
I
Levine.
got your name wrong when you were on my podcast.
It's the ethnic names. It's all the
Yeah,
ethnic.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Oh my goodness. We're in the December season. The holidays are so close that why not be already here?
Right.
Thanksgiving happened just 5 days ago.
Yes, it was. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Feels like
And
yesterday.
yeah, yeah. And I cooked chicken for maybe the first time in my life. 'Cause
Whoa.
I don't know if I've ever cooked it before.
You just eat it raw, usually.
No, 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 no. I've just, been around other people that have done the cooking of the chicken. I've cooked
Are
many
you
other
averse?
things.
Are you averse to chicken, or you just haven't cooked it?
So we don't eat a lot of meat. I grew up keeping kosher and I still keep some degree of kosher. So I sought out kosher chicken for this dish. And most of the time we just do vegetarian fish cooking. So I've cooked fish, I've cooked vegetables, I've cooked soy proteins, seitan wings,
Oh,
but
nice.
never chicken.
Thank you for doing it for us. We're
Yeah.
so sorry.
Well, when you have a cookbook where every recipe is chicken, the alternative is what? To not be sexy?
Yeah, yeah.
That's not an
Yeah,
alternative.
that's not the
You
alternative.
can use any alternative you want, though. So.
Yeah.
So, forgive my lack of knowledge, but this is what the show's here for learning. So, when you keep kosher, I thought that just meant for red meat. That means any meat and dairy.
Yeah, so meat includes red meat and chicken,
Okay.
quail, duck, goose,
All right. That's way
other
too fancy for this
poultries.
show.
Um, yeah, so it is strange because you can't have a chicken parmesan, and yet the literal verse in the Bible that all of this is derived from is about boiling a kid in its mother's milk. And
Oh,
eggs do not produce milk nor cheese, or chickens don't produce milk or cheese. But
Yeah.
meat came to be chicken came to be regarded as meat, and now,
yeah.
um, yeah, no chicken parms.
Now we're all paying for it. What about fish? Does that count?
Oh boy, no, but sort of sometimes.
I didn't mean to open up a can of worms. I'm sorry.
Sometimes?
No, traditionally you're supposed to keep the meat separate from the fish. Like people follow more or less of these rules depending on how observant they are. Um, but no, fish you can have with dairy, and meat you can't. So fish is not meat.
Okay.
So can you have fish parmesan?
Sure.
Great.
Sounds delicious.
I'm just saying, try it.
I
I
have
don't
had,
know. Listen,
yeah, I have put cheese on a salmon burger and that worked.
Ooh,
same
yeah.
thing.
Nice. So
Yeah.
yeah, basically salmon parmesan.
It's exactly the same. There's a reason I'm not allowed to cook, guys.
I think people go to eggplant parmesan before they start parmesaning up the salmon or the tuna.
Fair.
All right.
That
Fair.
One
sounds
one thing I do enjoy when I was having them was McDonald's makes a really great fillet of fish, and that has cheese on it. So I'm yeah, I'm a sucker for a good fillet of fish.
Yeah, we would go to McDonald's and like a family of five getting five fillet of fish
that's
sandwiches.
amazing.
No shame in any of that.
I've
Yeah.
never had one, weirdly.
Not even on Lent?
No, we just had pizza in my family. That's our
Oh.
go-to.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So going back to your bio,
Mhm.
Talkin 2024
Oh,
is
yeah.
your ongoing, as of this recording, your ongoing year-long podcast, which I thought you were insane for trying, but it was a lot of fun to be a part of. Can you tell our listeners a little bit about the concept and the execution of said podcast?
Yeah, so I am motivated to do lots of strange things, and I like marathons, and I like calendars? Question mark. So the idea that I developed and was really excited about was to record a whole year's worth of podcasts in a row, and figuring out and having them release like 1 week at a time throughout the whole year. And as I wanted to figure out what to do with that, it's like, well, if we're releasing them 1 week of the year, why don't we just talk about what's happening that week? And then what happens is you're recording all of them over 3 days in November for an entire year, but you have no way of knowing what's going to be happening that year. Our political commentary was very vague, which I think was helpful because it was better than listening to actual political commentary on things that were actually occurring. And we talked about some movies that got released, and we talked about some movies that may never get made that were supposed to be released this year. And yeah, it was 3 days in a row, like morning till night, 53 different guests. Ralph was number three, so his episode came out in January,
Oh.
and we have 4 episodes left to release. So you can tell that like my brain is working differently than it was 49 episodes ago. So it's really fun time to kind of tune in, hear what's happening that week, we think, meet a new person, and hang out and chat. And yeah, a lot of people that came by that helped. Each season, there was a different co host that came for 13 episodes. So they all brought their own segment and their own personality and kind of filled in for me when I was like, what page are we on? What day is it?
What page of the calendar are we? Yeah, I was third, so I was there when you were all fresh-faced and excited about
Oh,
what
yes.
was to come. So I'm glad I was there for that and not the tail end where everybody was dragging their themselves to the microphone. My episode was like the week of January 14th, I think. So it was like we talked about the Emmys a lot and all that other stuff because they happen around that time.
Your anniversary.
My anniversary. That's right. That happened that week. That was nice. What else? What the week of the election that just passed. Oh my God. We're not gonna go too deep into that. But was there any did you have any predictions that came true from that week?
I
Oh.
always forgot to like nail people down on predictions. Sometimes we try to predict the weather. So, I mean, we were
Oh,
like
that's fun.
Biden and Trump, who's gonna win? Who's gonna win between Biden and Trump?
Oh, that's right. It was.
This was,
Oh
Right.
my God.
November 26th when we recorded the episode. And, mostly just how do you cope with politics and, you know,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
sort of thing. Did we predict anything? No, I think the biggest thing I predicted was that occasionally I would refuse to be certain about anything. And so I was like, well, we don't know who's going to win the primary. We don't know what's going to be happening because a year ago we were so certain
Yeah.
already about what was going to happen.
Yeah.
But that's not fun.
So
Yeah.
naive.
No, it is not. Speaking of predictions, there was a prediction online, but mainly on TikTok because that's where I live right now.
Okay.
But there was a prediction that today, December 3rd, when we are recording this, there was supposed to be this giant alien sky battle. I don't know if
Oh,
anybody else heard of this. This
That's
guy
like,
made a prediction that there was supposed to be this giant like alien, not invasion, but some big pitched battle was supposed to happen over the skies of the United States. And I mean, there's still time. It's only 7:30, but I don't know. How do you feel about aliens and wanting them to have a battle over the United States?
um, I think it would be interesting to know about aliens, but we have everything to fear and nothing to gain. I don't know if that's true. That sounds like a phrase someone has said.
It is. I
I don't
think,
know.
wasn't it nothing to fear and everything to gain? Well, I mean, either way, it works for aliens.
But yeah, you just hope that they're like the tiny kind or really nice, that they have a cookbook of 50 chicken recipes and not a cookbook
Uh,
of human recipes.
yeah. I hope they're the Pizza Planet aliens, personally, but that's just me.
Ooh.
oh,
They're tiny and nice. That's why I kind of wanted to, you know,
absolutely.
follow
And they
their-
sweet.
Yeah.
they could be cool.
And also, well, these aliens are coming from the ocean, so they're not technically aliens. They're
Oh,
Earthlings. I
right.
don't know. We could do a whole podcast about it.
Ralph,
Well,
what
yeah,
are
let's-
you
We've
watching?
changed our podcast. You heard it here first.
I
Ocean
mean, listen,
aliens. The
Yeah.
ocean alien saga.
Yeah.
Are you sure you just weren't watching Aquaman?
Maybe,
Might just be
Okay.
Aquaman.
maybe. Not to step on any DC toes, DC Comics, but Aquaman, especially the second one, no, I don't recommend it. Thumbs down. Not great.
No, it's
No.
not.
Jason Momoa, always wonderful.
I love him.
Absolutely.
But no.
Yeah.
There's been better movies.
Better movies about people swimming in the sea, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the wait? There was one with like Jodie Foster where she's a coach. It's called like
Oh, Naiad?
yeah.
Know that.
Sure. Yes.
It's not like a comic book movie, but that's the only movie I could think of that had a person swimming.
Right.
I mean, not Splash or The
Oh,
Little
Splash,
Mermaid.
yeah. Well, there's a yeah. He falls overboard, so
Well, yeah, like she becomes human. It's a whole thing. You know, it doesn't matter. The point
I
is,
watched it recently.
there are
It's
better movies about people swimming in the ocean.
Yeah, Ralph, was TikTok predicting the final climactic battle scene from The Little Mermaid?
Oh, possibly with
Cool.
Ursula. Yeah. Oh, that would be
Yeah.
great.
Ursula and Triton coming out of the ocean.
They
Yeah.
were aliens this whole time. That's wild.
Right. Were Ursula and Triton like a thing? Did they ever date?
There was some
I
tension, I
mean,
feel.
there's
Ugh.
definitely tension. I mean,
Hey.
maybe.
Yeah.
Does every Disney villain date the father of the protagonist? Like secretly in the
should.
backstory?
Maybe.
Well, Scar and Mufasa were brothers.
Yeah.
So he definitely could have slept with
So,
I think
What's his-
adopted.
oh, well then, okay, then they probably slept together.
Because the prequel movie is coming out this week. The live action Mufasa film.
Can we stop?
Oh,
with
we're about to find out.
Wild. It's wild.
That's all.
How
A
do you
lot of
adopt-
live action remakes are terrible.
Yeah.
I have questions. Who's signing the adoption papers? Like they live in the Sahara. I just have questions.
Yeah. Rightfully so.
Like who said they were like who adopted it? Like did Rafiki, like is Rafiki like the adoption coordinator? Like I just
Timon and
have
Pumbaa.
He's a
Timon and
notary.
Yeah. He's a notary, right? Yeah.
He does stamp things.
All right, exactly.
Oh yeah. Timon and Pumbaa could have an
Oh,
agency.
shit, that is true.
Agency. Oh yeah.
Not enough notaries live in trees.
I
Fair.
know.
That's just life. That's the
Yeah.
life truth.
All right, friends. Should we get to the recipe?
Yes.
Should we eat and chat some more? Tonight we cooked chicken breast strips with balsamic and rosemary. Serves 2 to 4 unless you severely minimize the recipe like I did. So yeah, we got some garlic cloves, we got some balsamic vinegar, some fresh rosemary, some kosher salt, some red pepper flakes, some olive oil, and some chicken, as always.
This is the simplest recipe I think we've done.
Yeah, so thank you for choosing it because
Yes.
it can get tricky.
Yeah, it definitely had half as many ingredients as some of the other options. And I was like, I don't have a ton of leftover ingredients.
Fair. Yeah, I only had to get rosemary because we've cooked so many now that I have like a bunch of cinnamon sticks. I have like the dumbest things in the history of everything. So,
But it's good to have a
Yeah.
stocked kitchen like that.
yeah. No, and it comes in handy when you're cooking like for 10 episodes. So usually there'll be some double up.
That's true.
Mine is over here.
All right, I'm going in.
You're going in? Yeah, mine's severely cold.
I arranged mine silly on a plate.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's so good.
Well,
That's so good. Oh my God, I love it.
It looks
I
like
did
little
a terrible
dinosaurs.
job of showing it on the webcam, but
Mine looks like jerky. It's like because I got the bagged like chicken.
it's just
And
a
I
pile.
just didn't cut
It's
it.
not-
Ooh,
I usually do it pretty, but mine today I was just
it looks great.
tastes good.
Mine looks like seitan. So
But it's tiny.
what it is.
Do you think this recipe is exactly as advertised? At least how it turned out?
No.
Well, I didn't do the right thing, so not for me.
Oh yeah, you want
Hmm.
to share your chicken saga?
Oh yeah, so I bought chicken this morning at the Aldi. Sorry, Aldi, I'm gonna put you on blast.
Uh-oh.
But my mom, so I bought chicken at the Aldi, came home, it looked fine. It looked exact because I like look underneath, make sure there's no like weird blood spots. There can be, I guess, but I'm just like, let's get something that looks safe. Because it's already risky cooking it right before this. And so I just put it in the fridge. I did not open the package until I had to marinate it. And thank God we had to marinate this one because it gave me a few hours to run out to a store again in the freezing cold and find a replacement. And you know what? I was going to get chicken, but I was scathed by it. So I just got this chicken substitute from the Sprouts, and it's actually pretty good.
Okay.
Like the flavoring of it. Yeah, it's nice. But my mom was like, maybe someone put it in their cart and like had, I was like, it felt cold though. So like if the
Hmm.
employees are putting the chicken back that they're like finding on the shelves, like we got a real problem. Like, I don't think that's a real thing, but I don't know. I had bad chicken and it was good till December 10th. I checked those dates first off.
December
2023.
10th. Yeah.
Yeah. 2019.
I just feel like there wasn't enough of the marinade.
Yeah.
For a whole pound of chicken, it was like a razor thin coating,
Yeah.
a whisper of a coating on
Yeah.
all the chicken.
We had 1.33 pounds of
Oh, okay.
chicken, so I was increasing liquids anyway. And then, yeah, I added a little more vinegar to
Smart.
kind of wetten it
Nice.
to
That's
sit.
Yeah,
yeah,
your
that's what I
pieces
should have
look
done.
like nice and hearty.
It is delicious though. It's not like overpowering.
Yeah.
I
I'm
enjoy
not,
it.
yeah, I'm not getting much rosemary on mine. I wonder if it's because it's like fake chicken.
Mhm.
It didn't sop it up, but it tastes like I can taste a lot of salt because it called for a lot of salt and not a lot of liquid. So it kind of tastes soy saucy to me, which
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah, I marinated mine overnight. Um,
Hmm.
so it's got that next day flavor. But I did add some salt and pepper in the pan because I wasn't getting as much from the salt. But
Okay.
I
Are
don't know.
you a seasoner? Do you like a lot of flavor on your food?
That's also true.
Okay.
Nice.
I could have put hot sauce on this, but
You
we
can.
gotta we gotta let the authors of this cookbook take us on the sensual journey as they intended.
Snaps.
As
It's
the
very
editors
nice of you.
intended.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there a name on the cookbook? Like, is it attributed to a person?
FL Fowler? FL,
Oh,
wait. I was gonna say JK Fowling. That's actually pretty good.
now that sounds like a pseudonym.
Yes, it is. I don't think anyone actually attached their name to this. Beautiful.
Speaking of sensual journey, there's usually in this cookbook, there's always a uh,
Oh, yes.
erotic story. Erotic is in quotes and scare quotes. Story that goes along with each one, and our resident thespian Shannon DeVito usually reads them while we're eating. Do you have
Yes.
one for us tonight, Shannon?
I
So
do. I
Fred.
do. Yeah, you sent it to me, and I opened it up as you started to eat, and I want to say I I I s- I skimmed ahead, and I'm sorry
Spoiler alert.
in advance for what's about to happen.
Keep eating or
So
stop
anyway,
eating.
yeah, there's a story that is always written about the recipe. And since I am world's worst cook, world's most mediocre actor, I am reading the story. So I here we go. The name of this story today is called Chicken Strip Tease.
Well,
There it is.
So Get ready. All right. Uh, okay. I've been prevailed upon in ways I've never imagined. I've agreed to everything so far, but now it's my turn. I want more. I want to be dinner. I want it to taste like me. I want to be craved. He's obsessed with his kinky implements, his techniques, his condiments. I prefer to think this is messed up, but I can see it's the right thing for him. My mind wanders to the 15 previous ingredients. Your whole control freak foodie thing, it was because of her, that woman, Mrs. Child. My mood has darkened. Julia opened my eyes to many important things, he explained. In fact, I'd still be eating frozen dinners if it weren't for her. Frozen dinners? The thought of my poor, fucked up foodie eating cold tater tots as a boy breaks my heart. Not taters, baby, never again. All right, I'll bet she never taught you this.
Oh no.
Strip my breast blades, I command softly. Now. His eyes widen, craving. Thickens in the air around us like wine reduction. I can tell he's thinking what he might do to my ample white flesh. Well, he's just going to have to think a little longer because I have to marinate. So, what will it be? Cupped in warm tortilla? Slicked with vinaigrette? Rubbed with hot spice? We won't need a recipe for what we're about to do. Yep. That was the story that they wrote for this recipe.
So in the lore of this cookbook, they've
Yes.
turned the woman into the chicken.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Yep,
And
it is from the chicken's POV.
yes. And a human person is
Yep.
supposedly fucking this
You-
chicken. We just gotta, you know?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
So when I was thinking about this cookbook,
Mhm.
the like most prominent questions in my mind were, did they expect anybody to actually make these recipes? And do people actually eat from this cookbook who aren't recording a podcast?
Well,
Yeah, yes, because
no one can answer.
Aubrey got me this cookbook secondhand, and there are notes in this cookbook.
Yes.
People have somebody wrote excellent or tasty or delicious on some of these recipes. So there was somebody who did own this cookbook, loved this cookbook, cooked from this cookbook, and
Yeah.
thought it was delicious.
Then why'd they get rid of it?
They might have saved, maybe they took pictures of their favorites. Maybe
Oh,
they were like,
scanned
we
it.
wrote it down in our old-timey recipe book, and it's just they're like, Mom's famous chicken recipe. And it's really like some smutty chicken from 50 Shades of Chicken. That's
They
actually
cooked it
great.
so many times that it's all committed to memory.
We hope everybody will go out and actually buy the cookbook because we're doing it this whole season, and it's actually the food has been super tasty. So
Yeah.
encourage
Yeah.
everyone, do not steal the recipes, go get the cookbook, support the people that we are rummaging through their book and
Yes.
using it for entertainment. But also, as Shannon was reading that story, I just heard reference to Julia Child. Is Julia Child like now the canon villain in this cookbook story?
I think so,
I feel like
because
she
we have
is.
not heard her mentioned yet. And I feel like that is now currently the case. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is she the other woman? Because it's like a sex. I don't know. She was like
oh,
my beloved, like, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Feels like it's 50 Shades
Like
of
an
Grey.
ex?
So I'm like the villains are really just like weird exes or
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah, your whole control freak foodie thing, it was because of her, that woman, Mrs. Child.
That's wild.
Like, is he trying to say that, like, he had an affair with Julia Child? Like,
I hope
I have
so.
so many questions for the author of this book. I really need to
So
find
many.
them.
FL Fowler, show yourself.
Show yourself.
This is where the metaphor falls apart because having seen the first two 50 Shades of Grey movies, but not read the books, in a like, oh, let's watch them as a group kind of party idea. Should I explain that more?
Yes,
Please,
please.
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 In a like, we're gonna watch like a bad movie night kind of
Yeah, yeah.
situation. Although we did have a friend come in the first time who does BDSM and like debunk slash explain some things from the first film.
Oh, that's fun.
But so it is like he had this older woman who kind of had this relationship with him when he was too young, and
That's
don't ask questions about that. And now he's doing it to her. So this doesn't make sense in the cookbook because she did not cut him into pieces, soak him in rosemary overnight, and simmer and saute him in the pan.
Right.
Not
yeah.
literally.
Right, metaphorically.
Yeah. Well, he's a
Wow.
human, right? Yeah. So it is hard to follow the human to chicken love triangle.
My favorite part of that you were like, look, he's a human, right? Like that was that I honest to God, that's my new ringtone.
I
I'm so
mean,
pleased.
it's kind of more on theme if it's a chicken eating other chickens.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
chickens do like to eat chicken. My
What?
friends had a chicken farm and they do love chicken. Yeah, they're cannibals. They're little cannibals. Yeah.
What?
Oh no.
They eat it. Yeah, they're pretty. Yeah, no, it was pretty intense to watch, but yeah, they love it. It felt weird.
Do they just
Yeah.
not know? Maybe they don't
No, they
know.
don't know. They're chickens.
That's fair.
Worse. Oh
Yeah,
boy.
Yeah.
I feel like calling someone chicken brained is a specific name we
Oh,
have or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Bird brained.
Bird brains, yeah.
There
Yeah.
is
They're very
a
smart though.
Guinness World Record of a longest living chicken with its head cut off. I don't know if you've ever heard about this. I,
Right.
I believe the chicken's name was Mike, and it lived for 18 days after the farmer that raised it cut its head off. So it was going to eat it, but it just kept walking around and doing stuff.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's like a Beetlejuice thing.
Yeah. If that happened to me, I would have burned my house down and moved somewhere
Yeah.
where, because that's the devil right there.
1000%.
That
Yeah.
is Satan.
Yeah, no,
But
that's you
disguised
just
as
give up. You
Mike.
give up the farm at that point.
And what a weird name for a chicken, Mike. Like
It was
what
I might be wrong about the name, but it was a very common, like generic
I
name.
hope you're right. I hope
Donald.
you're right.
Right.
I really hope you're right.
Wow, that's huh.
So I have questions about your party too. Noah, did anyone get like was there a point when you were like, this is a bad idea? Or like, because it is like so I watched the movies
Yeah.
all because I like was like, does one of us have to watch the movies? And we kind of agreed that we didn't have to. But one day I was like, I feel like someone here, and since it's like, I feel like I'll bite the bullet. And so I did it and I regretted it immediately. But then I had to like text them and be like, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah.
Like
I
wild choices all around.
Yeah, you really could do a podcast just talking about the movies because they're fascinating and bizarre. Um, but no, so originally they had watched the Twilight movies, and then for some reason, as they were like they finished them, they're like, okay, now we'll watch these, and we'll invite like twice as many friends to for this one. I think because otherwise, like you suffered through it alone, like.
Yeah, no, it was a bad. I was like, I regret this so hard, but it was totally my choice. Like I didn't even tell them till like after I watched the first one.
But now, when you taste the recipes, you can understand
Yeah.
the emotional depth.
Like you're eating Jamie Dornan.
Eating Jamie Dornan, yes. Let's just put that on the record on the
See,
book.
I grew up. I'm an old head. So I grew up when the kind of the psychosexual movies were just start and like the early 90s when Basic Instinct came out. Like that was for me like the best kind of version of that movie ever. So I'm always comparing things to the original Basic Instinct because that was like when that came out, everybody's like, this is me, this is great. What are you talking about it? And now, like, I couldn't watch the 50 Shades of Grey movie because I just thought, like, I'm just going to be comparing them to Basic Instinct and being like, this
I
is
don't
nothing.
I don't
When
think
was
it's good.
Fatal Attraction?
Huh.
Oh yeah, Fatal Attraction was before that.
Let's look it up.
Doing a little quick Googling while we're on
You
the
know, I
air.
was thinking another one that came on my radar, Fear came out. That was like it was so fucking weird. Like I tried to rewatch some of it and I was like, this is so gross. And
I,
I just
s-
turned it off.
I saw a clip of that on social media. I'd never seen it before. It was
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, I
Fatal
remember a
Attraction
friend.
was 87 and Basic Instinct was 92.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And Fear, the movie,
Yeah.
was 96.
Okay. Yeah, I remember a friend like literally we had like a party or something and she like rented it and we watched it together as like teenage girls. It was a real choice.
Marky
None
Mark,
of us
right?
knew like what was coming, but yeah, it's never left my brain.
Marky Mark and Reese Witherspoon, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
he was
that
like
was
so much older than her. It was really, yeah, it's not great.
In some ways, 50 Shades of Grey is less weird than those movies
I
because
agree.
those movies are trying to make you sexually attracted to like a literal killer.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
here he maybe cares about her.
yeah.
He's not he hasn't killed anyone at least.
Well, I think he does. I think it's you haven't seen the third one,
I
right?
haven't seen the third one. Oh no, you can tell me.
I won't spoil anything. But wait, no, the one thing I will say about there's like a crazy it ends. Oh, should I spoil this? I think you'll still enjoy it. Shan, can you be my litmus? There's a cat chasing a toy too. So don't mind that
Wait,
background.
what? Do I know? I don't know if I
Yeah,
know.
because I sent you a video of my TV. I think I sent you both it. There was a montage of her just like memories of them, but then they would choose like
Oh,
really
yeah.
weird sexual moments, and it went on for way too long. Like it was such an insane move. But I was like, this is batshit, and I like kind of am like obsessed with whoever made this choice because it was just a very specific choice. Like she had like an umbrella. She was like walking through a great like it wasn't any of them that died. I will never rewatch that movie, so I'm just gonna park them all together in my brain.
I have to watch these movies now just so I can satisfy my curiosity.
Go to yeah, what's the 50 Shades? What's the last one called? 50 Shades
Freed?
of
53 Shades.
Freed, yeah.
Oh.
Just go to that one, find it on a free streaming service, just go straight to the end. And then you'll get the montage of all the good moments. And then like what's her name?
I was going to say Dolores. That's not right.
Daisy? No, is it
Dakota Johnson?
Dakota.
Dakota John? Yeah.
Dakota Fanning. Dakota Johnson.
Dakota Fanning. Dakota Johnson? Is that her name?
Dolores Claiborne. That's her name.
Dolores Claiborne. Julia Child. It's her.
Supermarket chicken.
Generic supermarket chicken.
um yeah, I just remember her like carrying an umbrella. Like it was such an insane choice.
All right. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to knock anybody's artistic vision. I'm just,
No,
this is where we're at in
I
the
just like
United States.
just they got so much money for those movies. So the fact that they were able to end them on like a crazy, like not like actually put a but like a montage was why like I was like, wow, like usually studios won't allow, montages as the end thing, maybe. I don't know. It's just a hunch I have because I haven't seen many, but what do I know?
Every
But
once in a while, you get a movie that just ends with like a "Where are they now?" kind of montage.
Oh
oh
yeah,
yeah.
okay. Yes.
I mean,
Oh,
my favorite
100%.
kind of montages are 80s montages, usually in a mall, trying on
Yeah.
clothes, doing
Yeah.
stuff. That's where the montage really peaked.
Yeah, yeah. No, I love those. This was just clips of the old movies put together.
They were like, we need to fill 15 minutes at the end of this movie.
Like it wasn't the credits, it was just part of the movie. Like I'm pretty yeah, it
Yeah.
was part of the movie because there were credits after it. It was wild.
What if this cookbook got adapted to the screen?
I would watch that. I'd be the first one in
Yeah.
line.
Well,
First one.
I think we have writers here, so we should be the ones to adapt it. I'm gonna go on the book.
True.
Yeah, let's add it to our list.
It's gonna be yeah, let's add it to the list.
Adaptations.
It's gonna be a dramatic thriller. Much like
Speaking of thrills and drama, I think it's time for our questions. Yes.
Oh yes.
Oh.
Yay!
Did you like that lead in?
Yay.
Like that transition?
It was very
Thank,
good.
thank you.
Thank
That was
you.
beautiful.
Appreciate it. I
We
think
also didn't explain your speaking of LGBTQ plus segue before you introduced me, but that's okay.
Sorry. Yeah, no, you are,
It's
yes,
implied.
you are part of the family, right? And married
Yeah.
to, yes. Well, are you married
Engaged
yet?
to a man.
Engaged.
Aw,
Okay.
lovely.
Congratulations, by the way.
Congrats.
Thank you.
When is do you have a date set?
We do not.
Oh, leaving it open. Keeping your options open. I like it.
No, I mean, more like we've been busy and we just gotta sit down and make plans and throw darts at a calendar.
Yeah. Oh, you don't have any specific date that holds any kind of memory or anything?
Our dating anniversary is like May.
Aw.
That would be convenient, but it seems like prime wedding time, so we'll see.
Yeah. Just to now that you've brought it up, thank you for bringing that up. Something for any LGBTQ plus viewers or listeners to think about as the new administration is coming in, and if you are in a long-term relationship, even if you are married to somebody of the same sex, please be sure you safeguard your rights. Don't just rely on the marriage certificate because those can easily go away. Make sure you each have power of attorney for each other. Make sure you have visitation. I forget what that's called, but like some kind of medical visitation thing, and you can keep a laminated little copy in your pocket at all times. So if the hospital asks for it, you have it. Like there's a ton of stuff we need to do to protect our rights, which is insane and dumb because it's 2024, but we have to do it. So if you're listening and you're LGBTQ, please, talk to a lawyer and make sure you have all your bases covered.
Is that somewhere that people can like? Is there a website or something that people can go to see all of the things that people can do?
There are, I don't know it off the top of my head. I have it
We'll
saved
put it in the
somewhere.
show notes.
Noah, do you know of any?
No, I was seeing stuff come across social media, and I know some of like in Philly, some of the council people have talked about like kind of looking towards those resources.
All right.
Um,
We'll include it in the notes.
Yeah, we'll do show notes for sure.
But yes, just be sure you safeguard your rights. It's so dumb that I even have to say that, but
So dumb.
yeah, marriage does not, it comes with like over 1,000, perks and benefits under the law and taxes and everything, but they can all be easily taken away if you are not Adam and Eve.
Yeah. Ugh.
So
yeah,
So
legally
dumb.
you can't call someone hubby unless you're married to them.
Oh, really? I hate that word anyway, so I don't ever use it.
So skip
That's
that
reason
paperwork.
enough not to get married.
Yeah, I don't need that. I don't need that one. That right you can take away from me. That's fine. I don't care about that. All right. So yes, thank you for reminding us about that. We've covered all the maudlin stuff. Now we can get to the questions. Yes?
Mhm.
Great. All right. There are 5 questions. Answer however you would like. They're open-ended. First of all, we would like to know, what do you think is the sexiest food besides chicken, obviously?
I did get the questions in advance and I did prepare, and I'm glad because otherwise we would be sitting here for like 20 minutes while I think about this one because this is a tough question. I'm going with spaghetti or other forms of long pasta.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay. That's the first time we've gotten pasta.
Well, I think Allison did pasta eaten Lady and the Tramp style.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
part of what I'm thinking. I think you have to kind of slurp it up,
Mm,
which makes your mouth make certain shapes.
sure.
Oh yeah. I like it.
You can make it light or heavy. You can do all sorts of stuff with it.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like the only other option is like certain things in the produce aisle.
Oh yeah.
Ding.
I like it. I like it. All right. Speaking of sexy, what would
Yeah.
a sexy cookbook be called and why?
So the first thing that popped into my head was nachos for one,
Yes.
and I did decide to say it because you have to love yourself.
Yeah.
That's important. Another one I came up with is hot drinks for your hot date because I do think like
Ooh.
it's getting cold. I love sharing hot drinks. Very cozy, very cuddly,
Oh,
and you could use recipes. And then I have four bad ones.
yes.
Great.
Bring
No
on.
bad ones, but continue.
Yeah, agreed.
The Joy of Eggs, Hickama Aching Love,
That's a deep cut.
Sauces to Whet Your Appetite,
Oh, come on, that's a
That's
winner.
incredible.
It's not the one you started with.
it's not my sexy cookbook.
Fair, fair. Yeah.
And the last one I'm just calling polenta.
Very sexy.
Oh my
We've
God.
got two Italians on this podcast. That is the sexiest one you could have said.
You should copyright those, by the way, and then you can sell the rights to whoever claims them because they will go. They'll
Yeah,
fly.
can we get in
Polenta
touch with
Tia.
FL Fowler and
Honestly, so
if
you
she
know
knows
what?
how to cook anything other than chicken?
I think in
She
early
doesn't.
2025 that has to be our because we've joked about it, but like none of us have had time to actively pursue it, or like it was just a joke. But I've always been like we should pursue it. I don't know.
The
We'll figure it out.
doing a like documentary like the search for FL Fowler to try to figure out who wrote these recipes, I could see that existing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah,
It's our side podcast.
that's our that's our
It's like Dead Eyes, but the search for
And it would be called, the podcast would be called A Podcast to Whet Your Appetite.
whet your appetite. Yes,
That's
search
oh
for
my-
FL Fowler.
TM.
brilliant.
And I didn't even realize that like the word wet is usually spelled WHET when you whet your appetite, but I
Yes.
spelled it WET.
I like it more sexual.
I don't
Oh,
know.
I didn't know that.
I knew
I'm
that.
also the
weirdly.
worst speller ever,
don't
so
know why.
that's not really a barometer for what people should and should not know.
Yeah, you need a British person to walk in and ask you if you want to whet your appetite.
Whet,
Oh.
yeah.
If only.
Oh, I love it. All right, Ralph, I think that's you.
Was that me? Oh, that is me.
I think
Sorry.
we just did we went.
Yeah. Sexiest food mascot. What do you got?
So I struggle to think of food mascots, and I like just listened to a podcast where they discussed them, which was a strange coincidence. But stop me if you've heard this one before. Jolly Green Giant.
Sure.
We
Just yeah.
yeah, I don't think it was the main one though. I think like Kate Thompson mentioned it in passing, but I think hers was someone else.
I think
So-
when Patrick asked us all, I think that's who I
Oh, we-
agreed
oh.
was the because
Oh.
I mean, come on.
And
That
I
has
did
been
listen to
done.
that episode, so maybe I stole it directly from you subconsciously.
It's the correct answer. I mean, that green bean man can carry you around, and that is a win.
He can get it.
He can get it.
And unlike the Hulk, he's happy.
Thank
True.
you.
This is true.
And healthy.
True.
Very
What do you-
healthy.
You think the Hulk is just sitting around eating junk food?
Yes. I've seen Endgame. Yes, he's eating giant pancakes and like like a truck full of eggs. Like, yes. His cholesterol is very high.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can burn a lot of cholesterol just, pounding your enemy into the dirt.
Oh yeah,
That's
Hulk
fair.
smashing.
That's what she said.
Heyo.
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 All right. If you were stuck on a desert island and could only eat one thing, what would it be?
I'm assuming this doesn't have to be something that grows on a desert island.
No, it could just be like if you had limitless
Yeah.
supply of anything. Doesn't have to, it can be it can be a perishable, like rules don't matter.
I actually did not choose my favorite food here, which is probably nachos. Not necessarily for one. But I went with pizza.
Mm-hmm.
It it isn't terrible for you on the grand scheme of things, and there's a lot of variety there.
Nice. Yeah, because you could like literally have a different topping and like switch them up. Because like in this scenario, we have like a pizza chef there. We have
Would
some
you
brick
have the
oven.
pizza delivered every day by boat?
Ooh.
Um, I like the idea of being able to pull it hot off of trees.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, like a pizza tree.
yeah,
Green.
but delivered by boat is good. Airlifted.
Yeah. Or
Right.
it could
Okay,
rain
but
like
like,
cloudy and
if
the
that's
chance of
true,
meatballs.
wait, say it again. I'm
Oh,
sorry, I cut
sorry.
you
It
off.
could like rain like cloudy with a chance of meatballs. They could just fall from the sky, just like willy-nilly too. Sorry, Sha. Didn't mean to.
No, that was much better than what I was going to say. But if it's being delivered, okay, just hear me out. If it's being delivered by boat, then you're not stranded on a desert island anymore. You get on that boat and then you can go get your own pizza.
I don't
Well,
know. Have you?
Ruin everything, Shannon.
I
I'm
worded
just
it
using logic.
well here, but I worded it very trickily because I said if you were stuck on a desert island, people could be coming in and out.
That is true.
Sure.
Maybe you're
Maybe
emotionally stuck. You can't leave this.
Right.
Yeah, you're
Sure.
mentally stuck.
That's very relatable.
I also think if you've ever tried to like get in the car with the Papa John's delivery person, they probably are going to give you a hard time.
That
I
is
don't
absolutely
know.
Yeah.
true.
That's
I've
your
tried.
the Papa John's boat is your only hope for escape.
I don't know.
Oh
Feel like
man.
I would try. I just well, yeah, I don't know. The Papa John's can go, but if it was a
Yeah, yeah.
Domino's guy, well, we got a different thing.
Oh yeah.
Anywho, I'm sorry to bring logic into this scenario, because
No,
that makes no sense to do in
no,
this
it's fine.
That's the best
question.
kind.
Logic into 50 Shades of Chicken.
Right. There's no logic
It's
involved
needed.
in our current
We're
cookbook.
starving for it.
Yeah. A better book might have been 50 Breeds of Chicken, where it's just pictures of different kinds of,
Oh
of
my God.
live chickens.
There should be a
Wait,
spin-off.
I guess that's now two steps removed because it doesn't have any of the words from the title of the book in it anymore.
Let's see. Uh, well, yeah, yeah, well,
Yeah.
has 50 in it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Anyway,
Oh.
all right, last question. Fuck, Mary kill. I had to do it in my head. Cranberry sauce, stuffing, or green bean casserole.
So you must pick different foods every time, and we're getting the
We do.
special post-Thanksgiving recording session edition.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
it.
I found this relatively easy.
Okay.
Um, and we'll see what people think, but I think you marry the stuffing,
Okay.
you fuck the green bean casserole, and you kill the cranberry sauce.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What do you have against cranberry sauce?
It's not satisfying by itself.
Fair. Fair.
That is fair.
Even for one night, you know, in each other's arms, passionate. I don't know, maybe you're in a tub full of cranberry sauce. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Choose your own adventure.
Green bean casserole is a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't need it your whole life. You just need it once.
I like it. I like this logic. Yeah.
You thought about this. I give you for credit. You thought about this logically.
Yeah, this is very
Yeah.
Every
thoughtful.
answer makes sense. I disagree, but I can't.
What are you marrying?
Yeah, what is
I
yours?
would also marry stuffing because that's
Okay.
Yeah.
but
Because
I
I'm
would,
like, yeah.
Oh,
I would
really?
reverse green bean casserole and cranberry sauce. I
Oh,
would kill the
interesting.
green bean casserole.
See, I would go with Noah's because I do love cranberry sauce, but I can't eat much of it. And like I would eat more of green bean casserole and I can sustain that for longer. Like it's nice. Cranberry sauce, but like
But if it's just like a side thing, which cranberry sauce is, it's not
Yeah.
meant to be the whole shebang.
You don't
Go
little can
visit
in.
cranberry sauce every couple weeks, be like, hey baby, you home? Yeah, all
I
right.
think maybe
Oh
cranberry sauce is a truck stop hookup.
no.
You're
A
not
lot
even
of
going to a motel with it.
still, you're making it better.
We need
Yeah.
to expand our categories, I
If it's
think.
a room with a bed, you need green bean casserole.
It's a classy joint.
Oh my God, that's so good.
It also depends on the kind of cranberry sauce. If it's the kind that comes in the can and still looks like a can when you take it out, that's a truck stop hookup. But if it's
Yeah.
like the fancy kind with the twigs and the whole berries in it, that's like Four Seasons.
Okay.
Yeah. See, my family always has cans. We like
It's the
prefer
best.
it because we're from Delco.
Right.
So that's why I chose to kill it because I'm
Oh.
like, it's just like jellied canned food. I one or two bites, I'm good.
That's all you need.
You need.
Yeah.
All right, we're careening quickly towards the end. This has been
Oh
fun.
my.
This went
Please.
this went super quick.
Yeah.
I hope you had fun, Noah.
Oh yeah. And I ate chicken.
And you ate chicken. So we feed our guests. We're a full service podcast. Um, I'm not quite sure when this will be coming out, but is there anything generally you would like to plug for anybody to go, see you, listen to you, connect with you online? What do you got?
Yes. So, Talkin 2024 is releasing weekly, but it all continues to exist. So, if you had a favorite week this year that you want to pre-live based on what we thought might be happening,
Yeah.
definitely check that out. If you recognize any of our guests, check it out. Or you could listen all the way through and, chart the journey. Um, Dying Message, the Detective Anime Mystery Podcast continues to exist. If anybody is into anime or mysteries, you might enjoy that. It's a niche that I am firmly inside of. So you can find both of those wherever you get your podcasts. Also, Talkin 2024 is on Instagram if you want to see like the pictures with the guests and kind of browse all that stuff. And then the other thing I'll shout out is I'll hopefully be doing again soon my solo improvised play, Noah's No Show Show. So people should follow that
My
on
God.
Instagram, and you can find some clips from Philly Fringe. And definitely like that, and then share it, and then like it some more. And I'm hoping to share some more clips in the coming months, and then perform again sometime next year.
Nice. Love
Excellent.
that.
You're
That's
a busy,
great.
busy man.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe that's why I never cook chicken.
It is
Although
Yeah.
this was super quick.
time intensive.
Yeah, this
Uh,
is pretty quick.
it was super quick and kind of tasty. Yeah, still very good. Any final thoughts, Aubrey or Shannon?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with real chicken next time if it's not spoiled in the package. No shame to this. It just wasn't. It was like it wasn't breast, so like I couldn't cut it into strips, so it was just little tiny chunks of
Oh, right on.
random seitan.
Shannon?
Um, I'd kill all three.
Perfect. What a way
Yeah.
to end the show. That's
Tracks. It tracks.
it tracks. Thank you again, Noah, for being on the show. Thank you, Aubrey and Shannon. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Around.
And always remember to eat responsibly. Thank you all. Have a good night.
Bye.
Good night.